Hello, everybody, and welcome. As we like to do every week, we like to take a look at the past week's market activity and then bounce around the market and look for something to trade. So what's been happening in the market lately? Well, you've been watching the last week's been kind of a bit rocky road, but essentially went nowhere. You can see it's the last, let's say 3 weeks, it's pretty much gone zero. Bounced around, but kind of right where it started. But volatility has spiked a little bit, but still fairly low over here at 9. This is the S&P 500. If we go to the NASDAQ, fairly similar story. You can see it's kind of been in the same range as well. Over 2 or 3 weeks, it's kind of gone nowhere. Again, volatility pretty low down here at 7. And if we go to the Russell, again, this has kind of been the same story as well. Right where it started about 3 weeks ago, let's say. Volatility slightly higher, but nothing to speak of that's really that impressive. So what are we going to trade today? Let's go over to Nike, because we're in the middle of earnings season, so it's kind of hard to make trades right now unless they're in indices, because earnings is coming up. We don't like to make trades before earnings. But Nike's already had their earnings right here, and you can see ever since then it's taken a huge dive. And you can see right here volatility was super high, and that's because of earnings. Before earnings, volatility always goes up because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, so it spikes and then it drops way down after that. So it's dropped way down. So it's very low. But Nike seems to be at kind of its most recent lows. So what we're going to do is, as a contrarian, make a trade that says we think Nike over the next 40-ish days is going to start to trend upwards again. Again, purely an assumption. Anybody that's a trend trader might do the opposite. They might say we think it's going to continue down. But as a contrarian, you got to make an assumption somewhere, and that's how we trade, or that's how I trade as a contrarian. So my bet is going to be that over the next 40-ish days or so, it starts to trend back upwards. So low volatility at lows, I think it's going to go up. I'm going to buy a call vertical. Now if I look, usually I would go here to the 40-day expiration cycle, but if you open them up, you see these are $5 wide strikes. I don't want to make a trade that big. If I go to the 47 days, which would be 46 tomorrow anyways, you can see these are only $1 wide. So perfect. So how do we create a vertical? We always buy at least one strike below and sell one strike above. So if I buy a vertical, the 104, 105, and pop it up, you see, okay, this is a little bit outside the range I want to buy this at. Usually I'm in the 45 to 55 cent range. I can do 58, that's fine, but can I do something a little bit better in my opinion? So if I open this up a bit, widen this out, meaning I go from 105 to 106, you can see this goes to $1.08 now, which means if I do it $2 wide, that means this is 54 cents per dollar width instead of the 58 to 60 cents we're looking at for the $1 wide. So this is the trade I'm going to make. I'm going to buy the 104, 106 vertical. Assuming everything stays the same tomorrow when it opens up, I'll buy the strike just below, which is the 104, sell the strike that's actually $2 above, so I can create a $2 wide vertical and pay my roughly 45 to 55 cents per dollar width, which is usually what I'm looking to do. So that's our trade in Nike for tomorrow. Hello everybody, just a quick break in action here to make you all aware of the courses I have available on Udemy, which are these 5, but more importantly to let you know that these 3 right here are a 3-part series. So if you're anywhere in the mix here, now you know that Understand Options Completely is part 1, Basic Option Strategies is part 2, and Make and Manage is part 3. So you can start or continue at any level you like. The bottom 2 here can be taken at any time. They are just independent courses. If they interest you, please go ahead and take them. So you've got some knowledge now, and we know knowledge is power. But really, knowledge is only power if you use it. Otherwise, it's useless. So how do you take all this option trading knowledge and turn it into actual income? And the only way to do that is by actually trading options. As someone that's gone through the process, I know that making real trades is scary for many reasons, not the least of which is, where do I even start? I mean, there's so many roadblocks to making trades. What stock should I trade? What direction should I choose? Which options am I buying or selling? The list seems endless, which is exactly why I created my option income alert system. So don't you think you'd be a little bit more comfortable and confident if I was right there by your side making trades with you? where now I will be there with my real-time alerts. You'll trade side by side with me in real time as I tell you what trade to make, why we're making the trade, and more importantly, how to make the trade correctly. But making the trade is only half the battle. When to close the trade is just as important, so you'll get those closing alerts as well. Listen, you've got the knowledge now, so let's put it to use. So how do we turn your knowledge into actual income with as little risk as possible? Well, the way we do that is by offering up the option alert for only $1 for the first month. Now, the option alert itself is going to send out 2 to 3 trades in real time as I make them via text or email directly to you. And as I close these trades, you'll also get those closing alerts in real time as well. Now, if you want an even better opportunity, the Option Pro, which is the exact same alert service as the Option Income, offers up all the content I've ever made, courses, webinars, etc. Over $2,000 worth of options courses for only $19 for the first month. So the way we're going to sign up for either of these is by going to sharpertrades.com, clicking on the products section. Both of these alerts will show up. Depending on which one you prefer, you'll type in these coupon codes and you'll either get the option alert for $1 for the first month or the Option Pro for only $19 for the first month. Look forward to seeing you all over there soon. Take care.